Hello YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy GZTV back with another video. And in this video we are going to be discussing The Idol, the 4th episode, and I'm wearing a hat because my hair looks like shit. I don't know if I look good with a hat or not. I'm gonna wear it backwards. Fuck it, we're gonna wear it backwards. I look probably like a douchebag, but it is what it is. We have the 4th episode of The Idol. Damn, I look like a fucking douche. Okay, well, I'm excited. I want to talk about this episode a lot. This was one of the first episodes of the entire show so far that really reeled me in and had me, excited for something. And it sucks because they just announced that the show's ending next week. They're not even going to do, a full-length, 10-episode type of season. They're ending it at 5, which is really dumb, actually. If you think about it, just do a season to be done. Get to the point of the story. I don't know. It got interesting, and then they decided to take it off and not renew it. So, The Idol, this was a spoiler review. We're going to be talking about everything that happens in the episode, so if you don't want to know what happens, and you haven't watched, go do it, and then come back to this video. So, The Idol Episode 4 paints a convincing picture of the chaos wrought by Tedros, played by, obviously, the wonderful Weeknd, Abel Tesfaye, opening on armed guards patrolling the mansion and maids pulling dildos out of shower drains. Stars belonging to the world only amps up the atmospherics from there. This show just gets crazier and crazier. Some of the stunts that Tedros pulls off, it's pretty ridiculous. Psychological torture, physical torture, and whatever kind of torture you want to call listening to Jocelyn, played by Lily Rose Depp, and Tedros making music, it's all here. This is how they make music, I guess. This is how he motivates his stars. He probably did it to Isaac. He probably did it to Chloe. You know what I mean? So this probably isn't anything new to the other guys. That's why they're kind of desensitized to it as they're watching her go through it. So teeing up what's intended to be a tense episode of television is the one and only Destiny, played by Divine Joy Randolph, who, before being sent undercover to investigate the goings-on of Camp Tedros, tells Haim, played by Hank Azaria, the skinny on their target. Turns out his real name is not Mauricio Costello Jackson. Not Italian. He's not Italian, I guess. He was arrested in 2012 for kidnapping and torturing his ex-girlfriend, only to be slapped with a slew of other charges during the trial. So, yeah, Tedros has a dark past, and his name isn't Tedros. I feel like everyone kind of knew that. It's that's the most generic bullshit ever. No one's buying into that. Now, how he's a free man is a question left unasked, in part because Destiny has already decided the safest course of action for her, Haim and Jocelyn. I think we should kill this motherfucker, and I feel like nobody in the audience is necessarily disagreeing with this idea. This guy's a fucking control freak. Obviously, there's a lot on the line with actually killing someone, and obviously it's probably a joke, but, dude, I don't know. Haim calms her down, but the message to the audience is clear. Tedros has got to go in some way. They need to get him the fuck out of Jocelyn's life, because he might not be ruining her life, but he's a fucking control freak. He's the threat. He's the problem, except, is he? Tucked within the Idol episode 4 are rather blunt hints that this is all a ruse. That Tedros only thinks he's in control, and there's a much more manipulative and powerful force at work within the shadowy LA compound. It's kind of wild. And next week's season finale, but let's be real, there's no way HBO orders more of this. Are we about to discover Jocelyn has been in control all along? There's this weird fucking dynamic with Jocelyn's character going on, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. It's a really interesting twist, actually. Such a twist seems like a dubious, if not impossible, plan to pull off, given what we've seen her go through thus far. For Jocelyn, what end could possibly justify these means? But writer-director Sam Levinson lays the groundwork anyway. Most telling is Xander's torture scene, which is probably one of the most fucked up things I've seen on this show. Brought in by Tedros' muscle to answer for his lies, Xander, played by Troye Sivan, instead paints a rather convincing picture of the abuse he suffered. Not from Tedros, not from anyone else, from Jocelyn. Maybe Jocelyn's the problem. Maybe that's something we're going to be getting revealed in the finale, and I think that would be really interesting. You're more fucking disgusting, fucked up, and depraved than your bitch cunt of a mother, he shouts at Jocelyn, while Tedros contemplates sending more currents of electricity through the bound pop star's creative director. He's listening to this and he's like, wow, Jocelyn, is this you? Did you do all this to this man? Did you force him to stop singing? Did you force him to be your creative director? Is he under some manipulative ass contract? Which he probably is, given it's fucking Hollywood and and all that stuff, pretty much. According to Xander, Jocelyn's mother made him sign a contract saying that he would never sing again. Was he a threat to her daughter? And Jocelyn made him agree to never speak about the abuse she suffered at the hands of the very same mom. Like, yeah, her mother might be the problem, and it might have, like, spread to Jocelyn, and Jocelyn is continuing her mom's shitty legacy of being manipulative and abusive. Jocelyn claims he's lying and orders Tedros to zap Xander in compliance, and obviously Tedros is going to listen. Like, he's at this girl's fucking mansion this whole time. He's going to do what she says. But I'm inclined to believe him. For one, the rage Sivan channels in expressing his side of the story sure feels like years of repression finally finding their necessary outlet. I mean, he's had enough of kind of complying, and he wants to let everyone know the truth. For another, that fine piece of acting is matched by another incoherent yet informative reaction from Tesfaye. You don't understand the fucking years this bitch has taken from me, Xander says. The fucking career I could have had. The life I could have had. She controls everything around her and everyone, and now she's doing it to you. Now you're being affected by it. You know, and you kind of see in the beginning, he's like, nope, that's not going to work, you know. And, like, the photo shoots, the choreography, it's like, she seems very fucking controlling and very, like, manipulative. But you don't really expect it to go down like this, you know. To this, Tedros stares blankly back at his prisoner like, am I, like, doing the right thing here? He's questioning himself. He looks a little sleepy, like a puppy who can't decide between playing with his toy or taking a nap. But he's also not being his usual dismissive, know-it-all self. I think Tedros is deliberating. I think he's considering if what Xander says might be true, if he's the puppet and not the puppeteer, because obviously he's a control freak, he thinks he's in control. Another hint of Jocelyn's as-yet unexplored intentions arrive when she invites her ex-boyfriend Rob, played by Carl Glussman, over for a quick romp. The choice appears to be driven by betrayal. You know. Chloe, played by Suzanne's son, tells Jocelyn that Tedros instructed Diane, played by Jenny Ruby Jane, to bring Jocelyn to his club, meaning he planned to meet her, court her, and quite possibly control her. So now, shouldn't Jocelyn know this by now? I don't know how fucking stupid you have to be. You should see all the red flags out of this man. He's a fucking manipulative person. You should know this. So to get revenge, Jocelyn has sex with Rob, while Tedros sits outside the door crying, staring at their beloved Prince portrait, which is fucking funny, actually. It kind of reminds me of in Dave when Little Dicky was, like, having sex with that doll, and he, like, looked at the Drake poster. I think that was fucking funny as hell. Or maybe he was just jacking off, I don't remember, but that's kind of like one of those moments. This could very well be all it is, a spiteful act intended to provoke jealousy, but it could also be more than that. Maybe it's not just to manipulate, maybe it's to genuinely get back with this man. As Rob expresses hesitancy over a random hookup, given Jocelyn's recent loss, and her grief-stricken social media confession about her mother's abuse, she assures him she's fine. I mean, you're around, we used to be together. I promise, she says, I'm in a really good place, especially, you know, when Rob showed up, and the fact that, you know, she feels very fulfilling, you know, getting back at Tedros. On its face, Episode 4 is designed to make you think otherwise. The record label is giving her single world-class center to Diane. Her tour is still in jeopardy. The songs she's creating now seem to be going over well, but she's making them in a vacuum. It's unclear whether Destiny is still a trustworthy judge of quality by episode's end. Is she still hoping to get rid of Tedros, or has she become one of his coverts? Like, has she been manipulated by him? Professional ambitions aside, she's being abused by her boyfriend and embarrassed in front of her friends, strangers, and peers. No doubt about that. Still, you know, despite the unfathomable contention that Jocelyn may be orchestrating all this for her own gain, episode 4 leaves the door open to that very possibility. Perhaps she really didn't want world-class center, and it doesn't seem like she did in the first place. Maybe she knows that rumors of behind-the-scenes turmoil can make people want to see things for themselves, thus stoking her tour ticket sales. And hey, those songs should be hits. I don't want to hear them, but maybe Jocelyn's fictional fans do. Maybe the people in the show, maybe where they are in the world right now wants to. What's happened in The Idol so far could conceivably twist into Jocelyn's favor, except I have a hard time understanding how Tedros factors in. Is he the fall guy? Is he there for inspiration, like Levinson claims in the episode's making a featurette? Is he somehow better connected than Jocelyn, and she's using him to get to people like Mike Dean? Like, maybe he's literally like The Weeknd. He's literally like a pop star on the inside, and he's like trying to hide his identity so people can't leech off of him. Does she just really love rough sex with a rat-tailed psychopath? Or is her grand plan to burn everything that's brought her harm and suffering to the grounds? The record company, her agents, Tedros, his followers, and her career to boot? Stars may belong to the world, but Jocelyn may be taking her life back. If she's in control all along, like Xander claims, I have a hard time wrapping my head around why it needed to go down like this for Jocelyn to get whatever she wants. But hey, the Idol has one more week to state its case. Otherwise, the true chaos will always remain outside its story and within the series itself. Here's hoping after next week's finale, at least some of this makes sense. I don't see them really closing the door on the series that well, having one more episode. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. Is Tedros going to get, killed or some shit? I don't know. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. That's all I have. It's a mystery. I don't know why we didn't just have, 4 or 5 more episodes of the season to, give it time. But now it just feels rushed. Now everything's going to happen boom, 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 super choppy in the show. And we're not going to get, good performances either with that. So, I don't know.